Alright, there goes my mic. Hope everyone's having an okay evening. I'm trying to figure out some world deck analysis. Um, and I figured I was hoping to get a little bit further, but dinner took its time. And let's. Well, that's somewhat... Hey, Phil. Annoyed that my mic just disconnected and I did not notice for probably 20 minutes till you popped up. We're not quite doing Laplace transforms today. We are trying to look at world's deck list data. The thing I'm trying to do right now is figure out how many copies of how much playing Trick Shot improved your win rate. You know, man. Yeah, this gives me my unique cards in the deck, which is not that interesting. Let's go and see. I'm just gonna do this in another monitor and not very exciting thing. So what am I actually trying to do? I'm trying to get... Okay, so like that works. Then I want X Trick Shot. Oh, that works so nicely. People sometimes import Bravado. Why don't people import Trick Shot? Amusingly enough, the very first deck list I imported is a Ken Tenma playing Trick Shot. Right? So that's kind of interesting. And then we're going to rename columns equals deck ID, rank, plays Trick Shot. Oh, okay. So this is going to be plays Trick Shot. Okay. I think there's other reasons as well, which is that Shaper uses Trick Shot so much better than other factions are really capable of. And the card is not busted unless you get to do those, like everything the card can do. Oh, and let's reset index. I'm gonna go deck ID, rank, plays Trick Shot. Hey, Kat, I hope you're either on your flight, about to board your flight, and having safe travels. Amusingly, as soon as my mic fixed, people start showing up. That's great. Or maybe no one was talking because my mic wasn't here. But okay, so now we're going to group by plays Trick Shot, aggregate, rank, okay. Well, I try to at least be somewhat, you know, entertaining, but okay, cool. So what we know right now is this is where I hey D, okay. So what this says is that when you play Trick Shot at Worlds, your average place, your median placement was 88th, which is pretty good. Because the actual median should be 100. Wait, no. Come on, Jeff. How many people were at Worlds? This is a thing you know. It was 204 entrants. So So this is 20-ish. Okay, 14 points better than not playing Trick Shot. Now, a confounding variable might be, hey, playing Lat was very good. So we could go plays Lat. And then we're going to aggregate rank max. And instead of aggregating a card, we're going to aggregate an identity. And then we're going to go oops, and then we go plays lat, group by. Yeah, so I mean, this doesn't actually say anything at all, but basically, right, if you play lat, you are just by playing lat on the median, you were almost in the top quarter. And then, yeah, if you didn't play lat, you were basically you basically suffered a tiny bit, but not that much. Actually, you know, I think I have the data to check here. So if I look at my rich data, right, I've got my faction code. Okay, so we can go, let's actually, here, I think we can just add faction code first, and then faction code. Faction code. Oh, I didn't run this code yet. Okay. So, like, some of these numbers are very low to count. Okay, literally every single shaper, literally every single shaper player played Trick Shot. Okay. Well, you know, I guess it's not surprising. I guess it's not. But well, that is certainly a result. And there was 1 Anarch and 5 Crims playing Trick Shot as well, and then a Nova. Okay. So now, it's just Trick Shot might be over curve. I mean, so I went and looked at this, and Trick Shot was the most played card. If your ID was lat, but it's not like there's like, these are all high value cards. So, and actually, I'm kind of curious if we do this same analysis. Okay, so if I do this, it should make that same table. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit, but that works. No, I'm missing that. I'm missing my little bit of padding. And now if I go Bravado and plays Bravado. This actually can't just be plays Bravado. Oh, I misspelled Bravado. Oh, no, I didn't. I misspelled all of these. goodness. Ah. Should not be allowed to try and spell. Okay, so some Crims, 2 Crims did not play Bravado. 9 Shapers and 50 Criminals did. Whereas, like, if we do, like, Raindrops Cut Stone. So, actually, let's just, for my own sake, plays card X. And then we're going to card X equals Bravado. And card X. Card X. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's check Spree, the world's winning card. It was played by 1 player? It was played by 1 player? What? Hey, Andre. Was Spree really only played? No, it can't have been played by 1 player. No, it was. Why is this rank wrong then? Oh, because my rank is on Swiss. Okay, I think that's okay. Right? Yeah, so literally 1 person played Spree. Spree statistically the best card in the tournament. Yeah. Yeah, I bet if we did do something like this and was like, what card is the highest median placement or highest mean placement, it probably, I mean, like, I don't know that it could be anything but Spree at this point, right? Okay. This is a... okay, so actually what I can do... Now Winterstock was the only player who brought Secure and Protect 2023. That I can't help you with. Let's see if anyone brought it this year. No one played Secure and Protect, it looks like. Though this is going to be very sensitive to me misspelling things. What other corp cards can we think about? Let's look at Off-World Office. Okay, that suggests that something is going wrong. Okay, so something's wrong. Oh, probably it's lowercase c corp. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was actually, you know, I hadn't gotten there yet, Andre, so we're about to do this together. So almost no one wasn't running Rashida Jaheim, and you took a pretty big penalty, unless you were HB and somehow your median score was 51. 3 players with a somehow averaged out to 51 in the top quarter of players without playing Rashida. Okay. Let's look at hedge fund. Okay, so, you know, maybe GLC was right and not playing hedge fund is a trap. That's kind of wild. Yeah, so apparently hedge fund is in fact cringe. You should not play it if you want to make it in the top half. If you're playing HB and Jinteki. Well, no, okay. If you're playing Jinteki, it's better to play hedge fund. If you're playing HB, it's better to cut it. If you're playing NBN, it's better to cut it. If you're playing Wayland, it's also better to cut a hedge fund, though your sample size is quite small. And then for Sure Gamble, you probably just should play Sure Gamble. Every single runner deck gets better with Sure Gamble, except yeah, Shaper gets better, Criminal gets better, and I guess Anarch gets 3 places worse. To me, this is like, that's going to be in your, close to your noise. That's so interesting. It's sort of the opposite of... Oh, I forgot to turn my freaking light on. Andre, where are you to yell at me when I do bad streamer things, like forgetting to turn on my ring light? Like, if you're gonna show up and not do that, I don't know why you're here. Yeah, Sure Gamble is good. Hedge Fund is bad. Let's look at fully operational. Okay. HB actually does about as well with and without it. This confirms that playing neither hedge or gamble. No, playing Sure Gamble was a bad choice. The data's right here. It's unequivocal data. It was only one Criminal player not running Sure Gamble, and they did not do terribly well. Oh, yeah. Definitely take a big thing in just that. Yeah, no. I keep forgetting to turn on this light, and it does make the lighting much better. Let's see. I don't think that's either. No, I think that was... That light's probably good. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do average quantity. Because that's a different whole statistic. Oh, I guess I can just do... Let's just try this. Mean. Let's see if that works. I didn't think that would... Oh, right. It's going to break a bunch of other things first. Quantity... and then let's get quantity. Okay. Somehow the average HB deck with fully op played 2? What? What? That seems wrong. What am I doing wrong here? Group by deck ID. Let's just try making this first. Oh no, I want... Ugh. Yeah, this doesn't work because it's quite ugly. I'm grouping by the deck ID. Yeah, that's... Okay, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because the data's wrong. Okay. How can I make this right? So I need to do a lambda expression. I want lambda x. I forget how... This is a weird one. Okay. Trying to think how to do this. Yeah, no. Yeah, Kat, you can ask me. Data visualization I can probably actually help with a little bit. Coding, I don't know that I'm super well informed to. Okay, what do I need to do? So card X in x.values. Oh, this is just not... Oh, this is so ugly. How do I do this? I don't think I can easily. Let's take out all the quantity mentions. Because I don't have a way of looking up the index. How do I look up the index? I can do that separately. Oh, and also counting the average quantities of a missing card is going to be a problem. So I don't know that I can look at the quantities is almost like its own separate thing, I think. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're marginally better playing fully op as HB. It's hard for me to do the like that has fully op and doesn't have a hedge fund, though I think that's like, and like, probably zeros. Okay, maybe there's some ways I can play with this to make this kind of analysis easier though, right? So if I take my rich data, right? If I take the deck ID and the card and then quantity it out. Okay, so we're gonna try pivot table. Index equals deck ID side code faction code values equals quantity columns equals card okay, and then do I want the deck ID here? Oh, well, this answers one question that I was kind of interested in. So there was 530 cards played by at least someone. How many cards are there in the card pool in standard at the moment? Does anyone know that off the top of their head? So typing Z standard into NetRunnerDB says 853 cards. Which might be missing out on some bans and stuff, but 530 out of 853, 62% of the card pool was played by at least someone, so that's definitely interesting. Maybe not definitely interesting, but it's an observation at least. Okay, so now did this actually help me answer my question? Okay, so the question I want to ask is like, can I go what's the Venn diagram of decks with card A, decks with card B, and their overlap? Let's do some off-screen Googling. Or... Okay. Does not look like that's an out-of-the-box function. Want to check NSG percentage versus FFG percentage? Ooh, that's a good question. So if I go... columns. Okay. So, let's go. Okay, this is going to be wide, rich card, rich data. And then worlds played cards equals wide rich data columns. And then I'm going to do this a dumb way. No, this is not at all what I want to care about. Do I have... Wait, hold on. I have a cards data frame, right? I don't have a produce, but I do... Wait, let's look at my columns here. I've got... Do I have a card deck limit, illustrator, influence limit, keywords, minimum deck size, pack code? Okay. This is not really what I want. I could do it that way, but I don't want to. Side code, strip text, strip title, text title, type code, uniqueness, base. That's annoying. That because I'd have to go and I'd have to make a parser for each of those, which isn't the end of the world. It's not that fun. Because all of the FFG ones are going to be in sub stuff. There's really, like... Let's see where I imported cards and see if I can get any more data in here. Where's my cards? Cards. Okay. So I could probably grab more things. Raw faction data. So what do I have? Okay, so I can probably just go in. If I put in code, I can cheat that way. Yeah, so the problem was I had filtered out stuff that doesn't have a clear release date. But now, if I do... oops. Now if I look at cards DF, I should have a code? Yeah. Okay, so now what I need to do is go to NetRunnerDB sets. Okay, so we're just gonna take we're gonna take Rain and Reverie as the end. Rain and Reverie 58. Oh, okay. So Rain Reverie 58 is 220058. Okay. So if I go cards DF, if code is less than and let's go int FFG cards else equals 1 else. Wow, ChatGPT, come on, we've changed the name. And let me go. Oh, is it? It's gonna be strict name, I think. Oh, it's gonna be title, maybe? Oh, okay. Let me figure out what. Oh. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Andre. Not sure why. I know why it was double playing, but I also don't know why. Okay, this isn't quite working, but...
Welcome and thank you for volunteering your time to the Symbian Consumer Marketing Focus Group. Your opinions are valuable to us and we want to know what they are. Tell us everything. Everything. Everything.
You mad at me?
Tell us everything.
Okay.
Everything. Everything.
Why are you mad at me? Why are you mad? Cannot convert series class to int. You shouldn't be a series. Values 0. Okay, let's just, you know what, let's just do the dumb thing and print this first. So I can take a look at what's going on. There's better ways to troubleshoot this, but... Okay. One, two... Okay, so let's just go and get Worlds Played cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna be these fucking... It's gonna be this guy. Okay, what if I just try title? Ah. Okay. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's gonna call Aesop's an FFG card, which I think is fair. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna try if is less than... Oh my goodness, apologies everyone. I screwed up my scene. I've just been coding in the background. That's really weird that that's double playing there. That's very odd. I'll have to fix that later. But yeah. Anyways, the thing I'm cursing right now is these freaking fancy marks. And these and those. Okay. 22058. Else. Accept. Pass. Not quite sure what you mean, Jeremy. Ooh. Let's try inting this. Hey, there we go. Okay, so FFG cards represent 190 to 337. I don't know how to look at that in current standard. Okay, let's try and do some quick estimation. Okay. So, quick estimation, and I'm going to write this down on my other monitor. So, FFG sets that we have. So, FFG's total cards equals... Katara, 120. R&R, 58. We're looking at Red Sand, is 120. And system update is 82. And then we have NSG total cards is going to be okay. So we have Ashes is 137. System Gateway is 77. Borealis is 135. And Liberation is 130. Okay, let's go back to the code. And okay, so I could do the, let's try and do this smart. Why, wait, why would you do this to me? Why would you figure yourself out, please? Okay, great. Don't know why you're gonna do that to me. Okay, so okay. So FFG makes up half of the total cards in the card pool. Is that right? 240, 58, 82. Yeah, that seems right. 77, 200. little bit less than half, right? So what we take is, and like there are better ways to do this than that, but and then 190 divided by 190 plus 337. Okay. Not many cards, but you're missing Mopus. I guess Mopus is being counted as a FFG set here, or it's being counted as an NSG set in this analysis. So actually, I should fix that. Okay, we'll do this, and Mopus is what, 7 cards, 8 cards. Okay, so we take FG cards. Oh no, we want some G cards. Okay. Then we take FFG cards divided by FFG cards plus NSG cards. Yeah, so FFG cards made up a smaller portion of the world's card pool than they do of the total card pool. Which, you know, that's a good sign. That suggests that maybe Dawn is not completely doom and gloom, you know, but it also is going to have to care, you know, you're rotating out like almost half of the total cards and about a third of the playable card, or the played cards, which is maybe not the same. I was about to say playable, but I think that actually is a difference. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's interesting. So for some reason, I had FFG being a smaller total size of the card pool. And saying that it's not overbearing is good, though I worry that if we looked at this by Corp and Runner, it would be a little bit trickier. Okay, but I want to go back to playing with this big data, right? So I remember, so quite a while ago, I did those heat maps. I wonder if I still have those in here. Looks like I still do, so I want to look for heatmap.png. Oh no, it's not the heat map that I want though. The heat map is interesting. Actually, doing this heat map analysis is something that I haven't tried to do recently. It might be interesting to look at. Oh, I wonder if this got lost in my computer swap. Well, the thing I want to do is do... God, what's the name of that analysis? Clustering analysis. Man, do people want to watch me Google stuff for a few minutes? Because that's what it's going to take at least. Because this is actually the right style data set to cluster every deck together. But we can also do query side code equals runner. And then what else? Like, and okay. So what am I thinking about? I want to separate my stuff into groups. Group by Sure Gamble. Is it group by that I want? So this is going to give me counts. Now I can just get, I guess, value counts. Let's see what if I just call Sure Gamble. What do I get? Okay, so 155 decks for playing 3. I guess I would have to fill NAs with 0 here. Okay, so 40 decks were not running Sure Gamble. I feel like I should be able to group by Sure Gamble. Ag. Oh, doing Aesop is going to be a pain in the ass, though. Oh. Let's take the median. No. It's not what I want. Like, this number is not the number I'm expecting, and I don't think it makes any sense. Okay, I gotta think about how I want to approach this problem. I mean, so like a silly way to do this, or not silly way, but and Aesop's pawn shop. Greater than 0. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Okay. That's not great. So, you know, I think if I do that same thing with Sure Gamble. What am I trying to do here? Not sure I'm getting closer to where I want to be. Yeah. Okay, well I might do the silly thing now of just looking at some kind of general clustering analysis. Okay, let me... I'm trying to remember the name of the algorithm I used. This is old stuff. And by old stuff, I mean last year, I think. Let's go see what Past Jeff had to say. YouTube, ZenGrid, cluster. Where's my really boring thumbnail? Where are you? You can't be that far back. Mapping standard. Oh, look at Baby Jeff. Okay. Principal component analysis. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I'll have to watch that back later, but man. This wasn't quite what I used, but Python. This is gonna be, yeah, scikit-learn. There's like another similar thing to PCA. Okay. Flossing eigenmap. CT. Yeah, K-means clustering, I think is... I was looking at... Shoot, okay. I'm gonna watch old Jeff for a second. Hello everyone. This video is a little bit different, but if you're watching this, it's probably about to be, or immediately occurring right now, or maybe you're watching this sometime in the distant future, but this is coming out right before Worlds. And so of course some of these... I think there's a lot of use about the data. I've linked in the description a link to a Google Sheet that you can use, where you can make a copy, play with it yourself, you can comment, do whatever. Maybe catch errors because my script wasn't irrelevant to the meta, and sort of the idea of this video is going to be especially helpful if you're someone who is coming back to decks that people brought into. This is going to give you a nice snapshot of cards, and I'm going to try and bring them up on screen as they're particularly important. So this is a bit of a weird thing I've done up on screen. So this is a projection of all of the decks that people brought into a sort of artificial two-dimensional space. So the idea is that I made a giant matrix where every person's deck was aligned in that matrix, and every card was a column in that matrix, and then their count of how many copies of that card was the value inside that matrix. And then I could use a dimensionality reduction technique to try and put these on. And all this is doing is making a graph of pretty clusters. And I've been doing this at work, so I decided I had to try and do it for my fun stuff too. So this is a UMAP projection. So what it's supposed to say is this is UMAP. Thank you. There we go. I knew there was a yeah. Okay. This is not like... This is the very much caveman use magic invocation, but we're gonna just like go and do this quickly.
And now, broadcasting live from our near-Earth hub studio, we bring you this.
Okay, so I want to pip install. I'll switch over to stuff, but UMAP learn. Yeah, this is very much Grug does some data high dimensionality reduction analysis. You know, very Grug stuff. Okay. So what we're gonna do, what do I want to use? How equals all. Axis equals 1. Okay, great. So this gives me just the runner cards that saw any amount of play. Great. Okay, and then we're gonna go import UMap. Okay, cool. Love depreciation warnings. That's always a good sign. Okay, so now we're gonna say runner data equals wide rich data values. Let's look at runner data after this, just so I can see. Lots of nans. Okay. I need to. Oh, I'm importing other stuff too. Oh no. Okay. From sklearn. Let's see. Okay, it looks like all this stuff was in from the last time I did this. So this must be somewhere. Heat map runway rate. This is old MISC stuff. No. Okay. Okay, and then from sklearn model selection, import train test split. I'm not actually sure if I need that or we'll find out. Okay. Oh, I see. So they're converting everything, so we want scaled card counts equals fit transform. Let's see what this scaled card counts looks like. Yeah, it's lots of NAs, so that makes some sense. Reducer equals umap.umap. I really don't need these all to be in separate lines. And then embedding equals reducer fit scaled card counts. Ooh, that's not good. Input contains NaN. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna go fill in A0. And we'll see how this goes. So I look, I have embedding. Cool. Okay, so right. This is where I started just doing some hacky ass wacky shit. Okay, so now I have a vector space for every single deck. Okay, so then I want to go and grab my wide rich data. Actually, we'll just go wide rich data x wide rich data y equals that, and I think that should work. Oh, length of values to not match length. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. You know what? We're going to make this easier on ourselves by making this data worse. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. We're going to go runner wide data equals. And then we go runner wide data. This is actually going to yell at me when I do this, right? Because I'm going to set it with a copy. I'm not setting with a copy. I don't understand pandas. I work with it every damn day, and I do not understand it. Do not understand set with copy, and I know it's not that complicated, but anyways. Okay. So now we have an X and Y, and we have a faction code. Great. So now we can import. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go in. Okay, do I want to cheat off of past Jeff and grab faction colors that worked, or do I want to reinvent the wheel to get faction colors working? Yikes, this is tricky. This is a tricky, tricky choice. No, it's just... Oh, no, it is from plotline import star, because who needs good Python hygiene? What? Oh. That's just the only thing I need. Oh, and I need to put some points on there. Okay. That's actually... Okay, so we have a couple different anarchs. We've got a neutral runner that clusters as a shaper. So... And then I guess it's... Scale, color, CMap. No, I don't want CMap. Manual. Then did I import the color stuff here? Is it faction hues? Wait, that worked? That worked on the first frickin' try? Holy shit, Past Jeff was a genius. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. Problem is, I want to be able to interact with this, which probably means I need a different graphing library. But we can actually, like, this is so heavily clustered. And like, this is, you know, if I run this all again, I think we'll get a different cluster map. Right? Well, the two Shaper regions, Kit and Lat, and then like in our crew and Reg, and then just generic Crim. That is my hunch too, Cold Lava, but I feel like it's just bad to just say this is definitely what it is. I also think doing the same thing for the corpse is probably more interesting. I don't know that's even interesting anyways, but it might be a nice. I might do kind of the same video but with a less terrible thumbnail, or I might another thing I've been thinking about, and maybe we'll spend the last like hour doing this, is starting to look at yeah, because these clusters are actually surprisingly robust. They're not like super. I mean, there's a default setting in here, but yeah. You know, I bet. Okay, so my initial impulse, yeah, corps are all over the place. Like, I think this is probably, there's going to be like an island of R plus NBNs, a couple of different things. Like, I can see there being a bunch of different clusters in here. I guess the nice thing about PCA plots is I could try and have it tell me what is causing different shifts in different directions rather than having to poke around. There's a part of me that says, am I just going to get a whole nother graphics library called Plotly that lets me hover over points and put some details in? Like, in particular, getting the IDs is probably the thing I want. So let's see if I have Plotly installed. Okay. Pip install Plotly. Yeah, Meat here, that's my initial guess too. This is Ag Infusion and this is PE, but I don't know what the player counts for those look like and if that's really justifiable. That's not actually a bad hunch that PE is highly variable, whereas Ag Infusion is like very self-similar. And then we look at like a PD cluster. Like this honestly could be the PDs and then like ACEs and sports medals. Okay. px.scatter. Hover data. Excuse me. Oh, actually, what I might want to do is when I make this Y data is include... where am I making the Y data? What do I call this column? Identity, yeah. Let's hope that doesn't break anything. Okay. And then we can go identity. Okay. So now, if I hover over this, oh, but my colors. Okay, hold on. I need to figure out how to fix this. Oh god, I actually have no idea how to do it. Plotly change map colors. Ah, okay, so then I go, okay, color discrete map equals faction hues. Okay, woo! Thank you for making that not too painful. Not too painful at all. Okay, so what are we looking at here? BTL, Jemison, Ob, BTL, 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 BTL. And then this is the Ag Infusion cluster. Atea, okay, Atea and Ag Infusion being close makes some sense. We get an RH cluster, Ampere. Outfit is over here, that makes some sense. So this is just like all, oh, that's interesting. So there's some obs here. And then some Earth stations, that's interesting. And then is this all PEs? Yeah. Okay, this is the PEs. I'm curious. There's no PEs in here. Over here, we have the Asmari decks. And then a Pravdavost. R+, Pravdavost, Epiphany, R+, 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 NEH, R+, and NEH. And then a Thule. That's funny that Thule ends up in this area. Like, that's not shocking to me, because, like, this is the, like, horizontal kill decks, I suspect. But, like, how did these get matched up? And then we've got Sports Metal, Asa, Mirror Morph, more Asas, PDs up here. Is this also PDs? And this is also PDs. Okay. Okay, so we could also come up with some other things that we want to look at, like create other columns to look at, and then be like, you know, contains X card, and then start digging through things that way. I actually want to look at this on the runner side, though, just to, like, have that plot to work with as well. Okay, so this is the kits. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There are some kits here, too, which is interesting. And then we got our lats and our Aries. Then we've got Hoshiko's over here. So what is this then? These are the ESA decks. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know that... Yeah, Thule actually I think usually does play a checklist because tags are how it wins, and like being able to advance and install and advance stuff is pretty useful. So yeah, okay, that makes sense that ESA is over here. And then we have like Anarch decks. We've got some freedoms over here. We've got some freedoms over here. This noise is actually a freedom deck, so it makes sense. Seb freedom, and then yeah, this is going to be like Sables. So yeah, it's just like the Red Crim morass. I think the kits in the centrals are Aesop's kits. It's an interesting idea. So we could get deck ID and look it up and see what's in these kits and what's not in these kits. Wow, there was a lot of kits though, weren't there? I think we could also do like size is the inverse of placement, but that's a whole separate thing, and I'm not sure if I have that in the runner wide data. Yeah, I just have the deck ID, and like I can convert that back into rank, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, so then I can probably make some columns that are like has trick shot, and well, the has trick shot is not super interesting. Actually, has Aesops is probably an interesting one. Let's just try making that column. So runner wide data is this deck, and then we go has Aesops. Okay, we're gonna be okay, and now we can go has Aesops, and then we go, oh, we can go, is it shape? Is it style? Plotly, change, scatter, marker. This? Is it marker? Nope. Mode. Is it symbol? What a weird choice of keyword. Okay, let's do a zoom. So these kits do not have Aesops, but they do. But these ones do. So actually, I'm gonna make a guess. If we go has Lobi. And now I'm going to go look up how to spell Lobisorum. Oh, I was actually pretty close. Oh, I had it even right. Okay. And let's zoom in. Oh, oops. Has Lobi. Okay. So yeah, basically all of these decks have Lobi, so they are extremely similar, and these kit decks don't have Lobisoum. And so they get clustered with the rest of the Shaper. So actually this might be a has SMC or not have SMC. Or has SMC and Muse. Like, there's probably a couple of cards. And wait, is this a simulchip difference? That would be an interesting one. Hey, Michael. Yeah, I think, like, so something I would love to figure out, and I realize I'm saying this as the person with some of the power to do this, is to try and make mega cities and above require all deck lists like are public, even though, which does not mean published on NRDB, but public on Aesop's tables and tournaments.nullsignal.games. so that people can do this analysis and start like actually, you know, powering and informing the meta a little bit. So yeah, we could look at some other cards here. Yeah, some kits started playing some compile, some started playing test run. Yeah. Yeah, they very rarely played Simulchip. It's just not a very good card with Lobosome and okay, now I actually want to see, are there any exceptions in here? Does not look like it. Let's look at like has self-modifying code. There you go, has SMC. Has SMC. Oh. Oh, shoot.
Controlling the message.
Self in. Oh no. How do I spell self-modifying code? Is it really self lowercase m modifying code? Okay, yeah. So again, like SMC is actually not a perfectly clean divide because I suspect that deck ID 379 it was not the Arion. It was not Arzon's Ari.
And now, broadcasting live from our near
Deck 323.
we bring you this
Deck 397. Deck Frog. Nice, nice, nice. I just mean for data collection. I don't mean during Swiss. Oh, I hope these graphs have not been in a terrible spot where you guys can't see the legend. Yeah, while I think there's probably going to be some allowances for TOs to experiment with open deck lists during events, my intention is not to make that the standard by any means for Swiss. Until we can all have chips in our head that let us look up deck lists on the fly. Yeah, so I suspect there's actually a lot different between these two card pools, which makes some sense. They're like very different decks. Similarly, Essa is very different from the Good Stuff Anarch Blob and the Good Stuff Trim Blob. Cool. All right. Let me pull up some other stuff I want to do on my other monitor. And I'm gonna, let's go, RWR meta recap. Okay. And then we're going to switch over to deck building. We're gonna do some of my homework for my next video now. We want standard card pool rebellion without rehearsal. Okay. Oh geez, there's 224 events. Okay, we'll just show all of them. Okay, so RWR comes out, and there is an AMT, and then the first fly to EMEA tournament. Okay, so let's meta recap. Where we left off. Hosh dominance. If I remember correctly, that was just like Hosh was the only thing you should really be playing. First events. Okay, let's take a quick look at this. So we have actually a very even split. Continuing into a very even split. Oh, right, because it's a third of each. So R+, like, yeah, people just playing stuff they want. But this is like a reasonably sized event. Hey, Jai. Oh, right, there was mulch for quite a while, wasn't there? Yeah, so Jai, I guess actually, yeah, we just finished doing some plots of clustering analysis, and it was kind of, you know, was it super informative? No, but it was kind of interesting to see that there was an Anarch blob with a lot of diversity in it, a Shaper blob, a Kit blob, a Criminal blob, and an ESSA blob when clustering decks. And then Corp clustering had like a lot more like smearing between factions. Yeah, we're still in value Hoshiko meta, which is kind of interesting because, like, I think at the same time this is like Mulch Lu, right? Yeah, this is Knob Creep Ban. Okay, so yeah, Reg Hosh and Knob Imp builds running the show. First events, AMTs, mid-20s for turnout, won by Jai and the King. Playing like good stuff Anarch. Actually, I'm not sure if the King was playing good stuff Anarch or Knob Imp. So yeah, I can search by the ban list, but the I want to. Both of them are relevant here, right? So Corpse side for this early meta, I feel like it was whatever could survive, right? What are we playing? We're playing, like, this is not, no offense to Jai, I don't think this is a real deck. This is a, let's try out some RWR cards. Oh, and they, well, yeah. So this is actually a great note for me. Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh, Mulch is not a Brandon deck, and I was like, no, it totally is a Brandon deck. NPC won by Knob Imp. Corpse side was tributary decks. I don't know. I don't see no tributary here, Jai. King was playing R+. Can I, like, filter? I can't. This is one of the things I really wish I could do is filter by size. Because, like, as the OP manager, I love that so many events are happening. As someone trying to do analysis on the big events in the meta, it's very difficult. Okay. Florida EMEA event. This is like, this was just somehow won, but oh no, this was Cannel. Yeah. Prison Mirror Morph. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say these were runner led. Corpse side. Experimentation. Oh, right, warm reception. So, warm reception. So, tributary, warm reception, and Hollow Man, right? Okay. Because, yeah, this is putting warm reception in. That's liberation without, or playing without rehearsals. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait. I can change my view, sort by set. Yeah, okay. This is literally playing the three things. We also see this prison mirror morph, which I think is the same idea, basically. We're playing, yeah, warm reception, working prototype. Cannel, we'll call this tempo R+. Prison mirror morph. And here's Jai playing, I think, a real deck with, yeah, and then tributary ag infusion. Okay. Another standard AMT getting to 30 players. This was the one that we were talking about. This is the one by Jai, Sebastian K. We start seeing some Aries show up. Oh, and yeah, then we see World Tree Ari. Online events, start to see World Tree Ari. I should probably leave deck list links for myself so I can make a good video about this. Though this becomes messy pretty quickly. And let's go back. Where was this? This was this event, right? Okay. I think this is not riveting viewing, so I'm probably going to shut down the stream here. And try and make myself do this work later. Because I'd like to get one actual produced video out before the end of the year, which realistically for me means it has to be the next 2 to 3 weeks, because my December is wrecked. So let's see. Let's take instead of going in all the details here, what are the big events to make sure to hit? 1414 NANPC events were happening. AMTs were happening. AMTs. And then when did the ban list come out? All signal games. Ban lists. Actually, wait. There's a way to look this up in NetRunner right? More ban lists. Okay, there was 2409, 2405, and 2403. Oh, but this won't tell me the new card, so I have to go and look to see if Tributary is on here. Does not look like Tributary was on here. But this should have Tributary, right? Yeah, there's Tributary there. Did I miss it here? Because I don't know how to read? No. Okay. So, and then Knobkery shows up here. So, let me just leave a note. Let's see if this has a link to the article. It does not. That might be a nice feature to add. And then 2409 was World Tree. Okay. And Set was released in 03. Oh, when did... Wait, okay, let's go and find that ban list. Because... Was this... What do we have? Reconstruction contract. Okay, that's... Wait. Yeah, that was the 05 ban list. Thank you. Let's just go find that. 2405 SBT update. All signal games. Okay, Bologna as well. Okay, yeah. Bologna reconstruction contract and Knobkery. Okay, yeah, so we need to go put a facet ob in. Yeah, those are the standout stuff. But we'll take some other looks. So okay. So yeah, it might actually be best to look at this in the. There's the 2403 ban list. Which I somehow don't believe events up to the 10th we're using. I think people just selected the wrong thing. 2403, 2403. There's some standard AMTs. No, these are already on the new ban list by now. No, 05 is when we ban everything. Yeah, so we're still seeing large events like just run by things. Then somewhere in 2405 things switch over. Yeah, I think that's right, Cold Lava. Yeah, this is why I think doing this filter is probably not good. Okay, so if I was just going to scroll through this quickly, what are my high-level takes? Okay, so high-level flow, set release, Knobkery Dex, runner side, early World Tree, though I think good stuff, Hosh. Okay, I'm gonna go. Runner. Corp is, you know, Tempo R plus, Glacier Ag, Prison Mirror Morph, Facet Ob. I'm trying to think what other big decks there were back when the set released. I mean, like Trib everywhere. Okay. And then this is 2405 ban list. So now we have Continentals. Fall of Reg Hosh. Right? That was just kind of like the big thing in the Continental season, if I'm remembering correctly. Like small event. Online Summer Showdown. So we'll be using the old ban list update, because there was a ban list update that morning. And the NPC Boston. Hey, Augustus. Nothing much yet. I'm trying to reconstruct the meta so I can make another year meta recap video. So what do we have? We start having Spark, Lobi Orca kit. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. It was actually more cohort Asa, I think, than Hollowman Asa very early on. It probably does jive, but I have very bad records of that. I guess I could probably go and find some because it's actually a decently well documented event. NANPC Boston, I might just give a shout out because I think it was a neat event. But and it actually, like, 40-person event is nothing to like say no to, and it was like a sports medal and Thule. Okay. Boston, we see sports medal and Thule. What else do we see? And then still lots of Hosh and some Ari. Lots of Hosh, some Ari. One by Reg Krim. What other events do we have in that time frame? That's probably the biggest one in that time frame, pre-Continentals. Then American Continentals. Asa kind of went away after the Trib ban, even though it wasn't a big loss for it in my recollection of things. Yeah, I agree. I think every Asa deck was playing Tributary, unless your name was Jeff. And so, like, everyone kind of put the deck on the shelf for a while, which I don't think was, like, wrong, but, like, you know, is what it is. Oh, right. The Continental season was freaking weird. Yeah, so we get PE and Kit winning it. We get Tuno playing Ob and Essa. We get Sokka playing Skunk Void Asa, and basically the same deck he's going to play for the rest of the year, right? This is shockingly close to the deck he's playing for the rest of the year. I don't think Trib was that good in Asa. And, like, I don't feel like having this argument again, but I think it was justifiable to not play. Maybe other good Asa players will disagree with me, but... Okay, so yeah, this Continental is going to be like a one to break out. I think one to shout out to me is like Punitive. So Let's go. American Continentals. Okay. Another NA NPC off the grid, 30 players. Then APAC. Did APAC get more than... No, right? Almost. APAC gets Jai's good stuff. Asa. Is D just playing straight up reg? Yep. Is this saying no, Hosh isn't bad? Yep, that makes sense too. This is where World Tree... This is like the only event I think that World Tree Ari kind of wins. This is like a more... Oh no, there's also a World Tree list. Okay, so that's probably something to shout out here. APAC Continental. World Tree Ari has its days. Yeah, I think this is the... we start... Wow, it's just all PD. Okay, let's just start closing tabs. Yeah, I also remember like Punitive Jinteki starting to have its time. I'm trying to remember when that was though. Because it just started like showing up everywhere from my recollection, but I think that's also because I had people like playing it all the time. Okay, and this is where Dial EA for Murder shows up. Okay. EMEA Continental. Dial EA for Murder. And we have Tuno and Essa, Ryanbat wins and Lat. Yeah. We don't see that many big or World Tree Aries, but yeah, like I remember playing against Punitive for Restoring Humanities at NANPC Boston. So like it wasn't nothing. Okay, we got East Canadian Nationals at 37, Southwest Regionals. Probably definitely worth talking about this. Southwest Regionals. Kill Ismari continues to tear up UK. Me and Wenjong played a bit of Punitive Jinteki, but that was just because the corps were real bad. You need to bank on runners for getting their stuff. Yeah, I think against I think it was basically like against World Tree, your best line was like hoping you could like die roll quickly, like flip a coin and hope it came up heads. And so EA for Murder and Punitive Jinteki were both like ways that you could like try and weight the coin in your favor, but I don't think they were like against best play that big of a deal. This is a little bit sad, and like I know why it happened, but the East Coast Nationals ended up being smaller than NANPC Boston. West Coast Nationals was very big, which is good. German Nationals, so there's like a lot of events in this period, and this is like Sokka's sweep, so we should probably make a note. Sokka sweep with Ag Lat. Midlands, we see girls. Oh, Meteor, you're totally right that Surveyor is going to have done so much of this work for me. Yep, that's definitely the idea. I'll maybe... Yeah. Talk to Kikai and check back on Surveyor. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Meteor. That's probably a good way to look at this concisely, because I think those articles are well written. Then we kind of get the cooldown season as people wait for worlds and ban lists. And then people kind of feel like the meta solved. We get an online World Showdown. We get Italian Nationals, which is probably worth shouting out Seb for. And then we get Worlds somewhere in here. Yeah. And now we're in the cooldown from Worlds, and there's going to be UK Nationals by the time this video comes out. So that should be good. I think that's going to do it for me. Sorry for no Netrunner tonight, and no Netrunner for the last, I think, 2 weeks. But I will hopefully catch you all next week. And until then, see ya. And, you know, times are tough out there, but, you know, us doing this stuff together is the way that we'll make it through. So, have a good night, everyone.